Welcome to Opening the Door to the Unknown with your host, Dr. Clark Schmidt. Hello, and welcome to the studios of Opening the Door to the Unknown. I'm your host, Dr. Clark Schmidt. What are frequencies? What are vibrations in correlation with the human body? Well, a frequency or a vibration is a particular type of energy. And the human body is surrounded by a lot of different type of energies. You have the aura, the chakras, the cords, the alpha electric health field, and the beta psychic field. And they all work together. Also, you have 7 subtle bodies, which I'll be talking about in just a moment, that are in correlation with your chakra system, with the aura, with the cords. Now the energies are, yes, independent, but they still all work together. It's just like an engine, it's just like a car engine, for an example. You have all the components, all the parts, but each one does something. You have the battery that cranks over the engine. You have the spark plugs that helps also crank over the engine. You have the coolant system. You have the heating system. Each one is independent in the engine, but they all have a function. You might say is that the engine is the body, and all the other, what I've just mentioned, belongs to the body. Okay, it's just like the organs of the body. You have like the liver, the spleen, the stomach, the gallbladder, the upper and lower, the large and small intestine. You have the kidneys. They are shoved in, nice and compact. They might be independent from one another, but they all have a function to do to keep us alive, to keep us going. Plus, I forgot about the heart and also with the blood. Okay, so it's just like with the energies, the aura, the chakras, the cords. They all have something to do while we are here on this, residing in this third dimensional plane of existence. And each has a different vibration, oscillation. The quick movement. All right. You also have what we call is a stationary wave, where energies vibrate, oscillate. The stationary wave, it means exactly what it is. It's stationary. The wave is stationary. Okay? Stays in a position. Doesn't move. But it's there. But we have it. Okay? So let me get into the seven subtle bodies in correlation with your chakra system. All right. People talk about 7 chakras, but actually there are 8 chakras. We do not talk about the 8th one, and that is what we call is the Kundalini serpent energy. And the Kundalini serpent energy is just something that you don't want to play around with because it's dangerous. Because the serpent, as you know, you get a serpent teed off, it's going to strike. Okay? Just says, hey, leave me alone, don't antagonize me, and I won't attack you. But if you start to antagonize the snake, it's going to rebel, and all of a sudden it's going to give you a first warning, and then if you continue, all of a sudden, boom, you're going to get bit, especially with a rattlesnake. All right, the rattlesnake usually gives you a warning, you know, with the shaking. You know, it curls, and then it starts shaking its tail, and it's trying to say, is all right, you better leave me alone, pal. And what do? You either continue to antagonize, or you're going to turn around and walk, and not just walk the other way, but you're going to run like hell the other way. And that's what the Kundalini energy is. It's like, once in a while, it gives you a little shot, because remember, is that the chakras have their own vibratory, try it again. They are in their own vibration. There we go. Okay, but the Kundalini is a little bit more. How should I say? It wants to move, but we try to keep it in. But we try to keep it in place. And those who have what they call is cracking the egg, it's not good. Okay, you can get yourself really screwed up. And that's the reason why we don't talk about that particular chakra. Whereas we talk about the 7 other chakras. All right? So, I'm going to give you what the 7 subtle bodies are, and then I'll get into the chakras themselves and get into the correlation. So, we have the physical body. All right, 3-dimensional. I mean, 3-dimensional, and we are, and the physical body is a little bit more dense. Okay, so because our physical body is dense, the vibrations, the energy, the oscillation is a lot slower. All right, but I'm going to tell you how to get into a higher, get your body into a higher vibratory mode. Okay, so you have the physical body. Then we have what we call is the lower etheric body. The lower etheric, you might can say is that the astral body. All right, and the only time is that we have any dealings with our astral body is at night when we go to sleep. Once we get into REM and get into alpha state is when the astral, the lower etheric, wants to begin to leave the physical and begin and travel out. It's a traveler, and it just wants to go all over the place because it is a traveler. All right, when you want to take a vacation, you don't stay home. When you want to take a vacation, you pack up the car with the kids and the wife and the dog, and boom, you're on the road. You're traveling. You're going somewhere. Well, that's what your lower etheric body is. The astral wants to travel, and like I said, Really, the only time is that it leaves the body is when we are in the state of REM. Also, is that the astral body can leave during a physical going to a seance where you have a physical medium that projects out the astral and lets another spirit or teacher, master teacher, family member take over. You can also induce your astral to come out. All right, but inducement is just a little bit harder than going to go into trance or going to sleep at night. Okay, and the lower etheric body represents the sexual chakra. Now, I have mentioned the sexual chakra. That is working in the mundane, working within the mundane, the microcosm, self, where you have the limitations. Okay? And like I said, trying to bring out the lower etheric body does have limitations, like I said, either through sleep, meditation, or through going to a seance with a physical medium. Okay? You don't have a spontaneous, you do not have a spontaneous projection. Unless, and I always like to use the word unless, you are, say, like in a car accident, and you're really hurting. I mean, you are hurting because of being in the car, into a car accident. Well, you can project, you can let your astral loose from the physical, and you're not going to feel the pain. Believe it or not, I call it disassociation with the physical body in that sense. All right. So, the lower etheric body, the astral body, works with the sexual chakra. Then you have the emotional body, and that represents your solar plexus. The emotional body, again, you're still working with the lower self. All right, you're still working with the lower self. But even though you're working with the lower self, and especially with the solar plexus and with the emotional body, is that you're getting a little bit higher vibration. Okay, more oscillation, and you will begin to feel. You will begin to actually feel that oscillation, the vibration start to kick. Okay, because you have gone now, just if you like the ladder with the rungs, it's like you you started from the lower rung and then you climbed up one. All right, so now you're a little bit higher. Okay. Then comes the astral body, and that works with the root, and that works with the roots, with your root chakra. The astral body is a little bit high, has now a little bit higher, has a little bit higher frequency. All right, has just a little bit higher, has a little bit higher frequency. Oh, I'm sorry. It should have been the mental body, which is the root. Okay, the mental body is working with the root chakra. Sorry about that. Okay, now with the mental body working with the root is that you're becoming more stable. Okay, just think of your root chakra as a giant oak tree. the California longwood or the California redwood tree, sturdy, strong, keeps you in balance. Okay, keeps you grounded. Well, that's what the root chakra working with the mental body does. It keeps you balanced. All right, and you have again with the mental body is that you have a little bit, now you're moving again with a little bit higher frequency. So you can see what's happening is that the higher you go with the chakras, the higher the frequency is going to take effect. Again, vibrations. And the higher that you work with the chakras in conjunction with the subtle bodies, is the more that you'll be able to feel. Okay, you might feel strange. You'll feel more energized. All right, and that's the idea. You're getting rid of the dense. You're getting rid of. You're shedding. I should say you're shedding off the dense part of your body. Okay, the slower the vibration, the slower of the oscillation. You know, it's like you're again being sluggish. It's like waking up in the morning and you think that you didn't get a good night's sleep, and you had 9 hours, for an example, and yet you sit at the edge of your bed and you're saying is, God, am I tired? Why am I so damn tired? I know I went to bed at such a time and I had 9 hours of sleep. Well, is it because I had too much sleep, or is it because your body, with the density, remember, is causing that sluggishness? And I'm going to give and I'm going to answer that question for you. Yes, it does. All right, and I'm going to be talking about how to get rid of negativity, how to clean, how to refresh your physical body. Okay, so that's coming up. Now comes working with the astral body with the heart chakra. Okay, now the astral body compared to the etheric, to the lower etheric body, quite different. You have gone up now. How many rungs? You have gone 1, 2, up 3 rungs already. So the astral body is where spirit, where our relatives reside. Okay, that's where our relatives, our friends, our teachers, master teachers, guides reside. Within the working, okay, working with the heart chakra, because your guides, teachers, master teachers, what do they send out to you? Love. You always, when you play the when you play your spirit radio, for an example, or spirit box, you always hear, "We love you. We adore you." Okay, and you can believe it. These are not what you're hearing is not coming from fake lower, is coming from so-called higher spirits that are actually in the lower realm. But those are actual spirits in the higher astral, is saying, "We love you, we adore you, we are helping you," because it actually is working. They are working with the heart chakra. Okay, so then comes the etheric template body, and that's working with the throat chakra. Okay, and again, and now we're almost up to the 7th. We're going up to the 7th. We got 2 more levels to go, and again, the higher you're moving up, Now you're getting from like like as above, so below, as below, so above. So now you're moving out. You got completely out of the mundane, the lower self, and now you're starting to move into the macrocosm. All right. Then comes the celestial body, working with the third eye. Working with the third eye. This is where you see, where you can really expand, okay? Excuse me. Where you can really expand. And then the last, but not, and the last is the causal body, which is from the crown, and you have reached, if you want to call it again, Godhead, the source, the one, universe. And again, you're working with the crown, okay? Now, even though we have these 7 subtle bodies, the only way that we can really shed, off in that sense is when we pass over, okay? And it's like, and when every time we shed one of our etheric bodies, is that you move up. Now it might sound crazy. What you're saying is, well, he just said is that working with the 7 subtle bodies with the physical. Well, that's true. Okay, that's absolutely true. But that's just like opening. It's like beginning to open yourself, but actually to shed like a snake, and a snake's it sheds twice a season. Okay, it gets rid of the old skin and has a new skin, and then it sheds the old skin and has a new skin twice a season. Two seasons. All right, and it's just renewing itself, and that's all you're doing. You're renewing yourself. Even though that you have the physical, all right, and the idea is to renew yourself, is to get into the higher vibrations, to get into the faster oscillation, okay, and that's the trick, and that is the trick, okay. Each chakra has different colors. Now, I'm not going to get into all the colors, but each chakra has different colors. Some people might have a combination, say, of indigo, silver, and bright pink. Indigo, silver, and bright pink. Well, if you have indigo, that's clear mind. If you have silver, that's abundance. And bright pink is being artistic. So you put all those together. Higher vibration. But if you have denser colors like grays, browns, reds, it's this type of colors that you really don't want. Say, for an example, if you have the color, if your aura has, if one of your chakras has blue, has red in it. Well, what's the color red? Color red represents madness, anger, hate. Okay. Sometimes it also can represent sensuality, and I'll talk just a little bit about that a little bit later on. All right. Now we got into the chakras. Now let me talk about the aura for an example. The aura is about. Let's see if I can do it this way. Yeah. Okay. I can do it. I'm trying to figure out which beat of it. Okay, the aura. Let's see here. There we go. The aura is just about an inch from your physical body, and it's an energy. It's an energy field. All right, and we need the aura. It's our the aura is our lifeblood. When we're working, especially when we're working with the energy systems of the body. Okay, like I mentioned, is like you have the engine, and the engine has to have the battery. It has to have the spark plugs. It has to have the gasoline. It has to have the crankshaft. It has to have the different parts as to make the car work in perfect order. So you have, like I said, you have the chakras. Now you got the aura, and the aura works with the chakras as well. And there are seven different types of frequency, and there are seven different types of frequencies within the aura. All right, 1 through 6. Sorry, 1 through 7. Okay, 1 is the lowest frequency. 7 is the highest. You can't get any higher than 7. But I'm going to give you a little secret here, is that a lot of people do not reach the 7th vibration of the aura. People generally go from 1 to 6. Like I said, there's only as far as I know, there's only a few people that have been measured with the seventh vibration of the aura. I'm one of them. All right, and I'll explain that in just a moment. So we have the aura. Now the aura, just like the chakras, works again with color. And I'm just going to give you a few of the colors, which I feel are the top 10 in the color spectrum. It's the type of colors that you want to obtain and maintain. All right, and these are the colors. You have, well, not top 10, but you know what I mean by top 10. But anyways, you have like indigo, silver, bright pink, gold, and white. Okay, you also want green, yellow, red in the aura, not in the chakras. Red in the aura. Okay, blue. Okay, so those are the colors that you want to obtain and maintain. And I'm going to teach you a little. I'm going to give you a little exercise how you can get those colors and how to maintain those colors. Now remember, even though I'm going to help you bring in those colors, the colors do the aura just like anything else with energy. The colors will change, the vibrations will change. It depends on what type of mood that you are that you are in. So say for example, I can give you, I can teach you how to bring in the color blue, but you get, but then say there are a few things happening with you that are moving into negative, and all of a sudden now you're from the blue, you're getting into a darker blue. Okay. So you have changed the vibration, the oscillation of the color. Okay, okay. So now you have another about 1/4 of an inch out from your aura is the alpha electric health field. And the alpha electric health field is where you have psychic healers or healers use your energy to help stimulate your immune system. Okay, and they also are working with the colors as well, especially the color green. So psychic healers or healers work with the alpha electric health field, especially to kick in your immune system, and working with the color green. Then just a little bit further out, another maybe another inch out, maybe 1.5 inches, is that to have the beta psychic energies or field. Psychics use that energy, energy, and they use it with being clairaudient, clairvoyant, and clairsentient. I do not believe in ESP, that's extrasensory perception. Alright? That's extrasensory perception. There is no ESP. We all are psychic in one form or another. But a lot of people do not open up their psychic abilities of clairaudient, clairvoyant, or clairsentient. Okay? But once they do, is that they are using the beta psychic field. They're drawing in that energy to increase the vibration, say, of the third eye. Now, just instead of just being clairvoyant, is that because you have changed the vibration with the third eye, now people have been working with remote viewing. All right? You work with being clairaudient, the vibration of clairaudiency. You want to increase that vibration, the oscillation of that particular psychic sense, and so you bring in to open up more of the clear hearing. And it's just like being a clairsentient. To feel, again, you bring the vibration. You want to increase the vibration, so you use the beta psychic field, and you draw in that energy, and you have brought it up. All right? So, I don't call it ESP, I call it high sensory perception, because you're actually using the beta psychic field. You're increasing the vibrations, you're increasing the oscillation. Okay? And there's really no trick to it. You just have to learn how to open yourself up to the vibrations. They're there. They're for you to work with, to experiment with. It's just like with the alpha electric health field. How to keep your immune system working at tip-top condition. All right. Now comes the chords. You have a right chord and a left chord. And it's like the yin yang. All right. If the left chord is out of whack, in the Navy it's called ship listing to left. And if the right chord is out of whack, it's ship listing ship listing right. You're out of balance, even though that the root chakra, even though the root from the root chakras are planted deep, you're still going to be out of balance. Okay. Where am I here? Okay. Beep 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 beep. Vibrations of our body with vibrations. The internal organs have different vibrational rate, different oscillation, for an example. All right, and to maintain your organs is try to keep the oscillation or the vibrations, steady. Okay, you don't want to move them. You don't want to move the You don't want to move the. You don't want to move the vibration out, and you don't want to lower, but you just want to keep it at a balance. Okay, and these are the organs. Okay, the optic nerve. The optic nerve, and the optic nerve is has a vibrational rate of 647. The pineal gland has a vibrational rate of 98. The ocular has a vibrational rate of 44. The heart has a vibration of 256. The liver has a vibrational rate of 48. The stomach has a vibrational rate of 321. The spleen has a vibrational rate of 4,651. And there's a reason for the higher, and there's a reason for a higher vibrational rate with the spleen compared to the liver, which is only 48. Then you have the penis, which has a vibrational rate of 954, and the vagina, which has a vibrational rate of 991. Here on the radio, watching the television, you get into the commercials. Men, do you have a problem with ED? Well, we can help with Cialis or with Viagra. Bunk. That's all I gotta say is bunk. Is that if the vibrational rate of the organ goes down, instead of staying at 954, you're going to have problems with ED. Okay, no doubt about it. So even though even though somebody a doctor recommends, for the Cialis or the Viagra, it's a temporary fix. To where if you learn how to keep that particular vibrations of 954 up to where it should be, you're never going to have any problems. Okay? You're never going to have any problems. With women, if they don't have their vibrational rate at 994, is that they become, and I hate to say it, but they become frigid, non-orgasmic. So you can hear is that that the energy system. So again, with the you can hear is that with the energy system is that the energies do work. They are a function of the human body. If your liver is not functioning properly at 48, you can get into liver disease. All right. If the stomach is not working properly at 321, you can get into stomach aches, esophagus reflux. If the spleen, especially not working at the rate of vibration of 4651, you're really in problems. The heart, if you don't have the vibrational rate of that 256, you can have heart problems. Then you have to start taking. Then you might have to start taking pills, heart, medication. I do, but not as often because, excuse me, I'm working with the vibration of my vibrational with the vibrations, trying to keep up with the 256. Okay, so if the vibrations are not where they should be, they go out or they go down, then your body is trying to be telling you things. Okay, we'll be definitely telling you things. Okay. Oh, let me get here. Okay, got that. What do I want? Let me see here. Oh, right. Okay. How to clean the energies and build the energies. How to get rid of negative energies from the human body. That is the main concern. All right? The main concern is getting rid of negative energies so your body, so the energy system of the body is working in perfect harmony. It's just like the spark plugs are dirty in the car, so what do? You change the spark plugs. All right? Well, what I'm going to teach you is how to get rid of that negativity I don't want to say send in, but how to maintain your energies, how to maintain the energies. Okay. I used to teach my students is that there are two ways. I call it the fast way, if you want to do it, and then I call it the slow way, the little time consuming. I always suggest the time consuming because if you're not doing anything and you're home putzing around, then yes, you want to take your time to give yourself a good cleansing. All right. So what you can do is sit down in your nice easy chair and take your shoes off. And what you're going to do is you're going to relax yourself. And how you're going to relax yourself is just by drawing in a deep breath through the nostrils to fill your lungs, and you're going to hold for 5 seconds, and then you're going to slowly release from the mouth, and once you feel all the air leave the lungs, you're going to hold for 5 seconds. So I call it the 5-5 count. Now, people who are starting to go into meditation will use the technique of 5-5, but you're not going to go into meditation. All right, you're just going to get yourself relaxed a little bit. Okay, which means is so you know that everything is still going on around you, and in meditation is that if you get into a mid trance is that you kind of lose yourself within inside yourself. And like I said, it's not going to do that. You're just going to get yourself into a mild relaxation. So what you want to do is just continue with doing your breathing exercise, which is drawing in the nice deep breath in through the nostrils and hold for 5 seconds and slowly begin to exhale from the mouth. And once you feel the lungs empty, you're going to hold for 5 seconds. As you start to feel yourself starting to become a little bit more relaxed, you want to start from the feet, both feet, and you want to start to draw up the negativity slowly up your legs. And once you start to release that negativity, starting from the feet and start to draw up from the legs, you're actually going to start to feel that dense negative junk. All right, and you just want to continue doing the breath exercise and continue to draw up all that negativity. Now, you might even begin to smell it, and it's a smell that you will never forget. All right, so you just continue and you continue and you continue until you get to your crown. And when you get to the crown, is that you're going to roll up all that negativity and you're going to throw it out into universe. Okay. Now what you want to do is when you feel all that negativity is cleaned from the body itself, is that you just want to draw in refreshed energies. Now, even though you're drawing in refreshed energies, it's not going to affect your body. It's not like having a blood type of A and somebody has just given you you have blood type A positive, and they're not going to give you A negative. They're going to give you the A positive, okay? Because if you have A positive and they give you A negative, they're going to have problems. So even though that you're drawing in refreshing energies, is that those energies will be, again, your own vibration. Okay, will be your own vibration. So you want to start drawing in all that those fresh energies, and just let your body being filled, and you'll be able to feel that energy begin to surround. It's not the aura, but begin to surround your body. Okay, now with the chakras. All right. If the chakras are not oscillating properly and they're sluggish, they're going to have some, again, the colors within the chakras itself, they're going to be screwed up. And you want to keep the chakras in a nice, vibrant color. Nice, vibrant color. All right? So what you're going to do is that you're going to start. I always like to tell I used to tell my students, is to start from the crown. And what you're going to do, and you can do this as you still continue doing your breathing exercise, a 5x5, is just take your hand, right? Just take your hand, and just about maybe about an inch, is that you want to feel your crown chakra, and as you feel the crown, you're drawing the negative energy into your hand itself. And once you can start to feel the crown, really begin to pulsate warmth. I mean, really pulsate warmth. It means is that the crown is now cleaned, and you're going to take and you're just going to, again, throw that negative energy out into universe. And you continue doing that with each of the chakras, from the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the lungs, the solar plex, the root, and until you get to the sexual. Okay, and you'll be able to feel each chakra. Okay, and one will be and the vibrations will be a lot will be stronger from the crown to the heart, and then as you begin to slowly move down, you're going to feel like a little denser type of energy. It doesn't mean they're clogged anymore. It doesn't mean they're dirty. It just means is that, remember, is that from the microcosm, a little bit more denser until you begin to work with the macro, and you start to work with from the macro, say from the stomach, move from the heart, moving up. Okay, so like I said, it doesn't mean anything. It just means is that the lower chakras are going to be just a little bit more dense. Okay, but they're going to be nice and clean. Okay, it's going to be nice and clean. After that, then I call working with the aura is what I call the accordion effect. All right, and how you work with the aura is that, again, as you take that nice deep breath into the lungs through the nostrils, you're going to feel the aura, and then as you slowly exhale, you're going to extend your aura out, and then as you begin to draw in that breath from the nostrils into the lungs, you're going to draw your aura back in. So it's like this: out, in, out, in, out, in. And you want to do that, let's see, 5, 5, 10. So it'd be like 20 counts for 10 out, 10 in. So that's 20. Okay? You will feel, excuse me, again with the vibrations, you will feel a different, again, you will feel try it again. You will feel the difference that the aura is now clean. All right. Now, what you want to do, like I said, you want to work with the higher. You want to work with your higher. Oh, before I get into how to put the colors in, okay. There's what they call a friend of mine created a technique. It's called the aura caress. All right. Now, how the aura caress works, again, these are working again with vibrations. All right. Oscillation. All right. When you're working with the energy systems of the body. You want everything to be in perfect working order, again, just like the engine to the car, all right? So anyways, you have what is called the aura caress. Now, the aura caress does two things, all right? It does actually two things. It strengthens the aura, number one. And number two, with the experiments that this friend of mine has done, and he's a parapsychologist, also a practice and also a practicing psychologist, is that he found out with the aura caress is that it slows down, believe it or not, the aging process. Okay. Now you won't hear that from anybody else. But actually you're hearing it from me. By doing the aura caress is that it slows down the aging process. And how you do the aura try it again. And how you do the aura caress is just take your hand again and slowly just go around like this. And and you start to move yourself, and you start to move yourself down like this, but take your time, okay? You just want to continue doing the caress, just like this, and you want to get the whole top of your body, all right? And you just continue. Then you want to get the lower part of your body, and just continue. Then you want to get the lower part of your body, and just continue. And you're going to start to feel the vibrations. All right, you're going to start to feel the vibrations, and they're going to be strong. Your body will start to feel hot. It's because now is that you have charged up everything. Okay? Now you want to work with the chords. And then I'll get into showing you how to get colors, the colors that you should want within your into your aura energy. Is that with the chords, like I said, you have the left and the right, the yin and the yang, that keeps you, again, working with the root chakra to keep you balanced, to keep you grounded. And a lot of times is when the chords are dirty is that you're going to get delisted. All right? So cleaning the chords are very simple. All you do is you working with, okay, you can actually take your hands, and again, you're still doing your breathing exercise of the 5x5, and you just slowly it's like just grab the chords and just like that. Okay, I have to show you. You grab the chords like this and just slowly bring up your hands like, or your fists like this, and once you get to the top is that boom, you just throw that negativity out into universe, and the chords are nice and clean, just that fast. Okay. Now, that's the slow way. The quick, fast way, as I call, is the middle pillar. Very fast. You're out in the public. You're starting to feel sluggish, and that's because you're collecting like a magnet all negativity from people. People are passing you by. People are talking to you. You're sitting in a restaurant. You're shopping. You're at work. You're doing this. You're doing that. So naturally, your body has become a magnet. You're drawing in all that negativity, and you're getting sluggish, and you're feeling bleh. And you say, "How do I'm not going to run home and sit down and doing all what I did. I just can't do that, or I can't be sitting at my desk." So here's a quick way. The middle pillar. You have a black pillar. You have a white pillar. What you do is that you can do it outside walking, you can do it in a restaurant, you can even do it at work, is that you just take your left hand, grab a hold of the black pillar, take your right hand, grab a hold of the white pillar, you do your breathing, you do your breath exercise, you feel all the negativity being drawn from the body, starting from the feet, work it up till you get to your pillar. I mean, until you get to your, no. Okay, again, you can be sitting at your desk or wherever. Boom, you take your, again, for the left to the right pillar, you're in the middle. You start drawing up all that negativity until you get to about the chest. You're still holding on, and you start to draw from the top down to the chest. Once you get to the chest, from the top down, then you start to draw the energy going to the left. Feel the energy, that negative energy, travel down the arm, and you release it into the black pillar. There we go. This, like I said, this exercise, I give it real fast. Okay, with the white, you're going to draw in again pure clean energy. You're going to draw, you're going to put it into the white pillar, then you're going to start to draw from the pillar, the white, the clean energy. You're going to start to feel it travel from the hand, travel, and then it's going to travel down, and then that's how you can clean yourself out. Like I said, it's a fast way of doing it. Okay, I recommend it only if you really feel that sluggishness. All right, okay. And again, you're going to feel the and again you're going to feel the difference of the vibration, and again you're going to feel the differences of the vibration. All right. I'm going. My producer says I can go for another 10. That I can go for another 10 minutes here. So I'm going to try to go quick here. How to actually raise your energies or your vibrations. Again, it's very simple. Again, you're going to sit down in your chair with your shoes off, and you're going to take in that deep. You're going to take in that deep breath, and you're going to hold. But this time, as you begin to slowly exhale, is that you want to feel your energies begin to rise. Okay? You want to feel your energies begin to rise. Now, you only might get this far, or you might have only raised your energies this far. You might have raised your energies this far. You might have raised your energies this far. Okay? But if you do it every day, okay, if you do it every day, you're going to get yourself out of the lower etheric body and begin to raise yourself up to the emotional body. And then from the emotional body to the mental body. And you're just going to continue to raise upwards. Again, it's like climbing the rungs of the ladder. All right? And the more that you do this, is that when you pass, and it's only going to happen when you pass, is that you're going to be shedding. You're going to be shedding from the lower, the emotional, the mental. You're going to start to get yourself into the astral, the etheric template, the celestial, and in the causal body. Okay. And where does that spirit or body want to be? Way up there. So you're learning how to do it down here in the physical body. Okay? All right. Colors. How to keep the aura nice and bright. Okay. Like I said, is that you want to, we go from 1 to 7 in the aura. And people are in the 1 to 6 category, and there's only a few people that have reached the 7th. But the 7th level, if you want to call it that, is perfect. Is what I call is the perfect frequency. It's perfection. A person who has reached enlightenment. All right, has reached complete enlightenment. In fact, this friend of mine, this doctor, when he found out that I was in the 7th level, he couldn't believe it. He said, he said, I've been doing this, been reading auras, and working with the levels from 1 to 6. But he said, Clark, he said, I never met really a person that had a 7th. He says, what are you doing here? He said, you should be over on the other side, because the person who is in the 7th level in perfection are your master teachers. And I said, well, Joe, you never know. Maybe I was sent down here to teach until I'm called back again to do teaching on the other side, and we both began to laugh. Okay, but here's a way of testing. But here is a way of actually testing a person for the levels. Is that you can take dowsing rods, and you have the person stand back about 10 feet, and you bring out your rods, and if there's no movement, you have to take a couple of steps inwards, and you might get something like that, okay? And so you start here, and then here, and it might not go to level 3. It might stay at level 2, okay? And you just continue doing that with people to see how many times that it opens and where it stops. But you're going to find out. That it might stop at. You might get to 5 with people, sometimes 6, but never 7. Okay, that's how they found out that I'm at level 7. And I'm not bragging about it. All right. It's just something that's unique, and it's something that I probably work for in reincarnations or whatever. Okay. All right, real quick. Let's see here, real quick. Again, vibration. Oh, I want to tell you a fast story of how you can tell is that your body. Now, I have talked to a lot of people. And we have discussed about energy vibrations or frequencies working not within the astral plane itself, working with the astrals, but also working within the dimensional planes. All right? And I say, well, how can a person tell if they have moved into a different plane of existence? And this is the answer. And this is the answer that I got. Is that you start? They asked me, "Well, Clark, have you ever gone through an earthquake?" And I said, "Yeah." Come to think about it, I do remember going through an earthquake when I went to visit my cousins in California when I was stationed in the Navy in San Francisco, and actually I had to hit. On that particular day, went to visit is at where I felt the trembling underneath me, so I know there was, it wasn't a big one, but it was, noticeable. And he said, well, that's what happens when your energies are shifting, beginning to shed, to break away, if you will, to get into a little bit higher dimensional plane. And I said, really? Yeah. So, never thought too much about it after our conversation. So one night I'm talking to my wife, and we're sitting at the dinner table, just talking, having coffee, and all of a sudden, I could feel myself begin to shake. And I said to my wife, I said, Laurel, do you feel any shaking? Do you feel any shaking around you, underneath your feet? And she looked at me, no, Clark, she says, no. I says, well, damn it, I'm feeling something here. It feels like my whole body is really oscillating. It's really, shaking. And she said, well, why? I said, I don't know, but boy, I just feel weird. Found out is that I was beginning to move now into, my energies, I should say, were beginning to move now remember, we are in the third dimensional plane of existence. So naturally, when my energies shifted, they moved into fourth dimension plane of existence, and this happened three more times within the last 20. Well, the first time I had it was in 19. The first time I had it was in 1994, right after I got married, and I thought it was just the shakes because of being a newlywed. Found out it wasn't. So my energies since 1994 have really made has really made into the shift. So going from third dimensional, fourth dimensional, fifth to sixth. So now, as far as I know, I'm in my energies are in, not me per se, but my energies are in sixth dimensional plane of existence. I do have an aura that's 7. I do have you know, it's just crazy. It's just crazy in that sense. So my energies are all over the place. All right. How to bring in colors, all right, into your aura. Very simple. You want to work again with indigo, silver, bright pink, gold, white, green, blue, and yellow. They have found out, or this friend of mine, this Dr. Slate, has found out that they did some experiments that they brought in the color yellow, and they found out by bringing in yellow into the aura itself is that it expands your IQ. It does. It expands your IQ by 7 to 10 points. Also, also the color yellow within the aura itself has improvement of brain activity to cause the IQ to move from that 10 point with the 10-point difference. So say if you have an IQ of 110, is that you possibly could, within that 10-point range, is get an IQ of 120 just by bringing in the color yellow into your aura. All right. How to bring in the colors that I just mentioned is very simple. When you clean out, when you work with the aura again, the accordion effect is that you think of the color yellow entering into your aura system itself. All right, just think the color yellow moving into your aura, and you continue to think. Okay, it's not. Well, you might say it's using again willpower, or the power to will the color yellow into your aura. And you can do that with any color. From again, yellow, blue, gold, green, white, bright pink, silver, and indigo. Those are the colors that you want to work with. You don't want to work with the more dense type of colors. Okay? And once you have that color within the aura, and once you have that color in the aura, and how to see the aura, your own aura, is just by putting your, I'm going to have to show you here, is by, excuse me, I'm going to have to bring down the camera here. Okay, it's got to be in okay, it's got to be a little bit darker than this, all right? But what you do is that you just put your hand on a table like this, and you start working from your fingertips, and you just keep going back like this. Okay, just keep going back like that. And as you're doing this, I mean, yeah, and as you're, I shouldn't say with the hand. See, I haven't done this for a while. Okay, you put. Let me restart here. Put your hand on a desk, and what you want to do is that you want to think, starting from the thumb to the, from the thumb going to your pinky and going back again. You want to just continue going back and forth like this. And as you're and as you're just thinking of your fingers or your fingertips, if you want, is that you want to say to yourself that you want to see the aura, the color of your aura. All right, and you just continue doing that. All right. And as the more that you want, and the more that you're thinking of seeing the aura, you will start to feel energies from the aura start to move out, as I am right now. All right, and you just continue doing that. And as you continue, is that you will start to see just a hazy outline of your aura, and within that, and as the haze begins to slowly dissipate, you should be able to see the color or colors within your aura itself. Now, it's going to take time. It's going to take time to do this. It's not going to be like you're just going to sit there tonight, put your hand on a desk or on a table and start thinking, the fingertips back and forth like that. And as you're doing it, so it's not. It might take you a few days. But it's going to happen, and you're going to be amazed to see just what your color of your aura actually is. All right, and remember, it's all vibrations. Colors have, again, as I mentioned, is that colors have vibrations as well. Okay, so this is what people mean about when we talk about vibrations. It's just not saying is that, well, I want to lift up my vibrations. Well, what does lifting up vibrations mean? How do you do it? What vibrational energies are associated, again, with the physical body? How do you maintain those energies? Say, for an example, you're working with the color green. Now, green can represent money, but also it's healing. So say that you might have a cold, for an example. Now, it's going to take 3 to 5 days if you have a cold for the virus to die. But you can speed that up just by bringing in the color, green, working with your immune system. The stronger the green, the vibration of green, working with the immune system, the more your immune system is going to help alleviate, not just alleviate, but destroy the virus within 2 days, maybe even 2.5 days. All right. Again, you want to bring up your points. You want to bring up your thinking. Your IQ by a few points. Bring the color yellow into your aura. You want to open up your psychic abilities to get into high sensory perception. Then you want to work with what? With the beta psychic field. Draw in clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient. You want to, when you astral project at night, you want to get into a higher astral realm. Okay, you want to get into, you want to work with the, work with your mental. You want to work with your mental body into a little bit higher astral plane. Okay, You want to know what your astral what your astral body is. That when you do pass over, you can begin to shed the lower realm, which is what? Which is the lower etheric, the emotional, and the mental. You want to, like the shedding of the snake. 2 seasons, like twice in 2 seasons. All right. You want to keep all your energies, all your vibrational energies, peak performance, just like the engine of a car. Everything, like I said, works together. All right, everything works together. I think that I hit everything that I wanted to hit on vibrations. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you enjoyed chapter 5. I hope that you would do some experiment. I hope that you do some experimentation. That what I have taught you, how to clean out your how to strengthen the aura, how to clean out your chakras, the cords, by both methods, how to bring in colors. I hope that you did learn a little bit about energies moving into different dimensional planes of existence. Okay. So my producer is giving me a high sign. So like I said, so I hope that this chapter 5 here, working with vibrational energies, was not boring. I hope that I did liven it up a little bit. And with that, I will see you next time. So have a great one. This has been a production of Opening the Door to the Unknown in association with Dr. Clark Schmidt. Copyright 2016.